Hello, ladies and gents. Welcome back to the Badge Patreon server with your boy Jambrew. Slight departure from my normal episodes today. I'm not going to do anything on camera. I'm just going to show off my completed build. It's the courthouse. Da 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 da! Yay! I finally completed it. It's been what, like a year and a bit, probably. I can't even remember when I started this. When did we move to New Spawn? That's when we actually doled out the jobs, like the big projects. And that's when I got this. And I didn't start it for ages. And I finally got it underway. And it's just been delay after delay. Mostly my fault. But not always my fault. But it's finally done. I'm going to get rid of that shield in your way. So you can enjoy the splendor of my building prowess. Yes. I'm probably not going to build in a modern style for a while. At least, certainly not at this scale, anyway. Same goes for using hardened clay of the cyan variety. Probably not going to use it. So, I officially, as you are viewing this video, and I have uploaded this video, I officially crown this completed, and I dub it the Bajlands Court of Justice. In other words, Bajkoj. Bajlands Court of Justice. Bajkoj. See? So, I'm just going to take you on a little tour today, show you how it's going to work, and then it's all yours, the community. Have at it. Use it as you will. So, you got this lovely little step up here into the lobby area. There's a nice little reception desk. Hello. And they guide you to various things, and it will tell you all about the trials that are planned. What's in here? I forgot. It's some signs. Yeah, so next up is the Judicial Records Library. This is a funky little library. I like the way I designed this. Not your usual library with its strange bookshelves and floating walkways and weird lighting as well. Hanging lighting, but I like it. I like it. There's an ender chest down there in case you need one. And then there's chests scattered around this library, and the idea is there's these book and quills. So there'll be certain people who agree to be registrars or court clerks, depending on which side of the Atlantic you're from. And they sit in the courtroom and they record what happens. And basically they'll sit there with a book and quill and they'll type into the book and quill what happens. Making very sure not to sign it until the case is completed. Because it may take several court sessions and whatever. And they've got to decide what to record. You can decide to record, I don't know, who's on the jury, who's the judge. I don't think you want to go into too much detail about what's actually said, but you may. It depends. I don't know how big the book and quills are. How many pages do you get? Is it infinite? Or does it go to 99 or something? I don't know. Anyway, the idea is that you record all of that, and then when the case is done, you record who won and stuff. You sign it with whoever versus whoever, and you put it in a box, and it becomes part of the judicial records. And then you take a sign from that chest there, and you put it on there so people can see, and they can consult the history of the courthouse whenever they like. That's the idea. So let's go on to the courtroom itself. That's the next stop. Through this lovely atrium area. I really like how this space turned out. I really do. I think this is most excellent. I may come along and stick a like a little coffee cart in here or something. Something for people to get a drink from while they wait in here. I get the idea people wait in here for like the verdict, or like someone to come out of the courtroom or something. These are supposed to represent sort of sliding doors, maybe, or something like that. I don't know. I didn't go anything too fancy here. Just a big archway, because I didn't want to detract from the rest of this. You see, this is all quite detailed, so leaving this plain. And I do that quite a lot in this build. I leave some things quite plain because I think it works better that way. So this is the main courtroom, which many of you have seen before if you watch my videos. And I've got a little pattern on the floor here. Lots of seating. So, how it works. I think the prosecution? No, the defense. Does the defense go here? I forget which way around it is. Pygon told me the other day, but I forgot. I think the prosecution goes on this side. I think, and the defense goes on this side. They sit here with their lawyers or whatever, and they go up to the witness stand. So this is up here, and this is where you have to tell the court or whatever. This is where you're cross-examined by whoever, whichever side. The jury stand is here. Anyone's on the jury comes and stands here, watches the proceedings from this side. Over on the other side, we've got the bailiff's post. So someone is designated as the bailiff, and I'll show you what that entails a little bit later. Bailiff is in charge of the evidence locker. So any bits of evidence that have been brought forward by either side are put in here. And you could really go into detail when you're role-playing this kind of thing, because you'd have to submit an evidence list to the judge beforehand, and the other side has to see it as well, and blah, blah, blah. But, you know, whatever. You can play this as casually or as detailed as you like. And then there's a media desk here, so this is the idea that, like, newspapers and stuff would sit here, or the guy that does all those chalk drawings of courtrooms, because you're not allowed pictures, photographs. They sit here and do their thing. And they've got the gallery up there as well. You can access that from the main staircase in the atrium. So if you want to watch, but you don't want to watch from down here, you can watch from up there. That's totally fine. And the judge goes up this ladder here to sit on the throne of justice. I can see all around them what's going on. And I'll show you what being a judge entails in just a moment. This isn't the only way that you can dole out justice, though. You can have a court case like this. However, at any point before the jury or the judge, whoever's deciding, gives their verdict, the defendant can plea, "I demand a trial by combat." And then this whole court case is moot. And the trial moves outside. So the judge sits here. Overlooks the arena. Yeah. And then the gallery here, the public gallery, on this side. And the trial by combat. And it's basically, it's a trial to the death. Fight to the death. Between the defendant and the prosecution. The default is that the defendant and the claimant have to fight themselves. However, they can nominate champions if they so wish. The champion has to be willing, of course. And they have to kind of be around or available at the time, because you don't want to like postpone a court case for ages, do you? Really? There's the armory for the prosecution, which is it's a bunch of stuff which I've kind of given mediocre enchantments, a bit of food to make sure you're at full health, and hunger before you start. But after that, you don't eat during the fight. There's no food during the fight. That's just to top you up. Defense, as exactly the same. And then, just in case the prosecution or the defense is the server itself, like if someone commits a crime so evil that it impacts the whole server. Looking at you, Deepact. then it might be like the server versus someone, or someone versus the server if they think the server has impacted them in some way. So the server has their own kit, which is definitely, I don't know what you're talking about. It's definitely not slightly better. No, that's a terrible rumor. It's of course exactly the same as is, nice and fair justice at the Bajlands Court of Justice. So let's get back in the building. We come around here, around this little pathway. So you got your court case in the courtroom. You've got your trial by combat. Are there any other ways to prove my innocence, I hear you ask? Well, yes, there is. You can say, before your verdict is given, I demand a trial by fire. And then you come down here to the hidden room, which you wouldn't even know was here, but look at it. Oh, there's a creeper. Get out of here, creeper. Hang on. Yeah. There you go. In fact, I've not even updated yet. Yeah. Ah! No! I missed. There we go. I've not updated this. It should be... Hang on. It should be like that. I think that works. I'm going to have to double check the maths on this. But I'm going to talk you through it. So the trial by fire. The defendant will come along this side and head up this ladder here. To this hole. In this chest is some chorus fruit. They take 8 chorus fruit and put it in their inventory. They probably don't want anything else in their inventory. They probably just want the chorus fruit. I'm saying that now. And then they drop down onto that trapdoor down there. You might be seeing where this is heading. This, by the way, activates the trapdoor and drops them in lava. But you don't do that yet. You give them a chance to prove their innocence in the form of random numbers. So this cage has been specifically sized so that the chorus fruit teleportation happens within these boundaries. And the way that the teleportation works, to my knowledge, because it's quite similar to Enderman teleportation, right? So the chorus fruit is eaten, and then the game randomly selects a position within this box around the player, and it tries to TP you to it. As long as it's not blocked, and as long as you've got a non-blocked position below you, in other words, you've got a solid block somewhere below you, it will teleport you there. And it basically, so it looks for X and Z in this box, and then it picks a Y in this box, but it will then search all the way down to the world depth. So I do need to make sure, in all the testing, it's not been possible to teleport yourself out into the ground. But I just need to double check that. So that's something I'm going to continue doing while the courthouse is live. So the idea is, so if it picks a spot in the top corner there, it will check that spot, and then it will check all the spots in that vertical column down. And because the lava's there, the ground isn't a viable spot to teleport to. So if it's not anywhere that you can teleport to, in other words, if it's not those 2 blocks there, or the block you're already standing on, then the teleport will fail. And it will try again. And it tries 16 times in total per fruit you eat. And if it fails all 16 times, nothing happens. So I did the maths on this a while back, and I'm just looking at the numbers now. So there are, per Y level, there are 289 teleport locations, potentially. All the stuff behind you is blocked off, though. So that's an automatic fail, because I needed to get the redstone across. And then it's 289 spots that you can teleport to and fail up to the platform level. And then from the platform level up, it's 287 spots that will fail, because, of course, those 2 spots will not fail. That's your victory spot. That's your innocence platform. If you make it here, you are innocent and you can walk free. And that's the only way you're getting out of this alive. So, when you eat a fruit, in that first initial teleport cycle where it looks for a place, tries it, and sees if it can teleport you to there is a 0.33% chance of escaping. Or, in other words, a 99.67 chance of failure. It's easy to talk in chance of failure because that's what's cumulative. That's what's going to happen over and over and over and over in order for you to fail in total. So 16 cycles per fruit. So that is 97.42 chance of failure with one fruit. However, once you do that 8 times, that chance of failure drops because you've got to keep failing over and over and over and over again, right? So the probability drops to 65.87 chance of failure with 8 fruits. Or in other words, if you choose trial by fire, you've got roughly just over a 1 in 3 chance of proving your innocence over the course of 8 fruits. So there you go. I'm curious to see if anyone will use this or if it was a colossal waste of time. I found it interesting. I thought, what can we use chorus fruit teleportation for as a mechanic that's a little bit new, a little bit interesting? So there you go. And, oh, look who it is. Go away. I haven't completely torched up this place because I didn't want to just throw torches everywhere. It kind of spoils the look of things. I would love to get some kind of discreet way of blocking mob spawns one day in Minecraft. Even if it's really, really, really high-end end game kit that takes a lot of materials, it'll be worth it. You don't have to stick torches everywhere. Yeah. However, if it's just a minor gripe and you don't really want to go to the trouble of having a court case and getting people to form a jury and blah, 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 you can just come to courtroom number 2. Courtroom number 2 does not need a jury. It's a much smaller room, but in the same style. And you've got your prosecution and defense. It's mainly for small cases. It's your small claims court, basically. Or if you get a speeding ticket and you want to contest it with a mod or something. So there's a judge comes up here and the judge just decides everything. Judge listens to the case and declares the verdict and tells you to fuck off. So there you go. You can use courtroom number 2 if you wish. And then there's all these other side rooms. This is the registrar's office. This is mostly useless room. It's just supposed to be where all the registrars come and do their work, all their bookkeeping and stuff. Chief registrar sits here and his 2 cronies. So we got that. We got the prosecution's office. This is where they come and do their discussions with their clients and things. All very nice. A little bit sparse, but that's fine. The defense has one just on the first floor. The bailiff's office. This is where the bailiff comes to relax. And this is where the armory is. So the bailiff has got their uniform here. And their judicial whacking stick, which they use to keep people in line. And the taser, in case people try to run away. Now, as soon as I get my hands on some fermented spider eye and some dragon's breath, I'm going to turn these into some potions of slowness, and then I'm going to turn those into tipped arrows of slowness, which you use with the taser, so that people can't run away. So that's what those materials are there for. And then just general storage, so if anyone needs to store something at any time, or if the evidence locker overflows, you can use that. Got a little mini fridge here. Yeah. And then up here, the bailiff's office is connected directly to the holding cell. And another thing, that's for the whoever's in the cell, that's for all their personal effects. Beep, beep. And this is for resetting the defendant's spawn, so that if they die in a trial, they respawn here, and they can't escape, because if they die in a trial, then they're guilty. What else? What's next? Let's go next door to the jury room. Very important, where the jury come to deliberate Whilst the jury is in session upstairs, the bailiff should be in here, just minding their business, but generally guarding the jury and making sure no one comes up and interferes with the jury process. There's some refreshments here. This is supposed to look like a fridge, like a little mini fridge for snacks or something. No non-jury persons beyond this point while in session, and that includes the bailiff unless they're chasing someone who's trying to get past. But they've got the taser, so it should be fine. And then there's the jury room up here, and they sit around this table and they decide guilty or not guilty. And usually it's the judge who then determines the if they're guilty, then what they get in terms of jail time or whatever. Let's go upstairs. I'll just quickly show you upstairs. So you've already seen the holding cell and the jury room, which is those far two rooms over there. The judge's chambers. Ooh, red carpet. Ooh, bookshelf. Yeah, nice desk, fancy desk. With the judge. Now, at the moment, provisionally, the idea is that the judge is sort of one of three people. So it's either Badge himself or one of the lovely mods that we've got on here. In order of rank. And they've got these lovely robes. These are all the itchy wig and the itchy robes that they wear when they go to court. And little sneaky little snacks. Little snacks. To eat. Nom nom nom. Right into the microphone. And then, finally, you've got your defence office here, which is just a slight variation on the prosecution's office. It's pretty much the same. It's just got some seats, some bookshelves, a couple of desks. And you've seen the other two rooms. And that's it, basically. Ladies and gentlemen, that is the Bajlands Court of Justice. I do hope that you enjoy using it, because I have very much enjoyed making it, despite how long it took. There's a nice little garden out here as well. Ah, lovely. So, there you go. Have at it. Next projects that I'm working on, I am definitely going to get back into the swing of things in the desert, my desert project. I could start work on this as well. This is supposed to be the UHC monument. So I could start work on this. However, it actually dawned on me while I was moving all my spare materials away from here. And thank you, by the way, to everyone that contributed materials while working on this. These would have taken so much longer if I'd had to mine up all those materials myself. Especially the clay. Jesus. So, thank you very much for that. And it struck me when I was moving them over here, so they wouldn't get in the way of the now open Bajlands Court of Justice, that I don't actually have a house at New Spawn yet, I don't think. So I might actually just make a small house and put some storage in there. And that might be the next thing I do. I might even move into JT's block of flats, his little apartment block. And then we'll see about starting on the UHC monument. So there we go. Thank you very much for watching. Thank you very much for following the progress of the courtroom, the courthouse, over the past year. I'll try to speed up any public projects I do in the future. So take care, guys. I'll see you in the next one. Bye-bye!